I'm glad you made it. Today is workout 105. No music today. I got to talk to you. And we're going to talk about boxing. We're going to talk about what it is that I do. Let's talk about the whys. Why do I do what I do? Let's talk about that. Okay? Let's talk about the whys. Being today that I'm 105, I am at 105 workout. So let's talk about the why. Why am I, what? You see me doing this stuff, right? Sometimes you'll see me jab, see me do like that. That's me trying to warm back up again after I had stopped. So this is me trying to get cranking again, right? These punches are not heavy. These are just straight punches. And mind you, when my hands, let me tell you what my hands are doing in these gloves, right? I don't know if they tell you this stuff, but let me talk to you about it. My hands are loose right about in here. My hands are loose. The only time my fists tighten up in that glove, right before impact. Right before impact is where I try to tighten up. Right? It goes for either hand. If I think I'm going to get hit, I tighten up. Right? If I think I'm going to get hit, I tighten up. If I think I'm going to hit, I tighten up. See what I'm saying? So you want to tighten up your fist in the glove. When that bell, this is a minute break right here. So we're going to work on the cardio today. We're going to try to give you 3 rounds of cardio, right? Notice I use the word try. I always say that. So, I'm still trying to keep the guard up too. Still trying to keep my guard up, right? Notice that. He's trying to get it, not just here, trying to get up here sometime. Trying to use my explosive breathing. You know, if you're going to hit hard, you're going to explode on that punch. Explode your breathing out. So, alright. This is the cardio. You see me do this all the time. But maybe some of you haven't heard me talk about it lately. So let's talk about it again. This is a decent pace. This pace right here helps me get back into the rhythm, right? Nice little rhythmic pace, right? So, off this, I might want to explode a punch. So, we'll do it there. That's my left. You see the white band? Left hand. Alright? If I'm going to explode on the right, it'll be the same concept. So, the cardio is that I'm just consistently punching, right? Long, short. I like this range. Just feel more comfortable. Now, talk about your breathing right here. This breathing thing is important for you to know. If ain't nobody taught you this or explained this to you, let me be the first one. And if I've said it before, I'll say it again. The pace that you choose determines how fast your heart rate will go. With this pace, my heart is pumping at a steady beat. And for me to sustain this through the round, I got to suck in the right amount of oxygen. But it's the way you suck the air in that helps feed the oxygen to your body, the lungs. That helps feed the blood flow to your heart. So, 30 seconds, I'm telling my body, pick up the speed. Now my breathing changes because my heart rate changes. So I'm now breathing differently. Like a train. Just like a train. I turn into a machine. I gotta think. I'm not a human right here. No longer human. I'm a machine. Because when you turn the ignition on your car, it knows to do one thing. It's designed to do one thing. And that is go. The more gas you give it, faster it goes. It too has to suck in a certain amount of oxygen. The way cars operate is like human beings. The fuel that you give it is its food. So you too must eat right. So when you press on the gas, you can go. And then when you do go, whatever choice or speed that you choose, you literally know how to breathe along with it. How much oxygen you should be feeding your body according to how fast you got your heart pumping. All right, so this cardio right here is a little different. Notice this. I'll put 2 lefts on that. Not heavy. But why I do that is because I'm trying to stay in mind and bringing my right guard up. See that? Let's do it on the other side. I'm going to try to practice keeping my guard up. Now everything I told you about breathing and your movement, it all stays in there. See that? Pretty easy, right? Try to participate if you can. And if you can't, I appreciate if you motivate. Real easy, y'all. We chopping wood. I'm doing it on the left so you can see that. You can see how I'm dropping the punch in twice and holding the guard back. So if I want to just switch it up, I'll just switch it up like this. I got to remember to bring this back. See that? Trying to think along with it all. Thing is that when you start feeling fatigued and tired, you have a tendency of forgetting some things because you're just trying to get through it now. All right, so let's change the heart. Let's change the heart rate. All that when your movement amps up, your heart rate has to change and your breathing has to change. What I was using was That's what I was using right there. That's that breathing. That breathing pattern. Here's another one. Even on crunches. Out. In. When I come up, I'm breathing in. When I go down, I'm pushing out. These are deep breathing. This is my break. That's it. Try to get about a minute in between the rounds, right? So I'll start off maybe right after a round and go into hitting it like this. I'll do that for a reason, because I'm still trying to recover from the last round, right? So I would just hit hard like that. Well, hit not, significant. Let's just say that. It's not really hard, but these are pretty significant. When I say significant, meaning it's got a little power on it, but not a lot. These are not considered heavy punches. These are mid-range type things. These are mid-range. You get in the way of it, you'll feel the thump of it if you can't get out of the way of it. So I figure I'll do that just to get back on this cardio, right? So my breathing pattern with those pretty much is a lot lighter, because my movement is sporadic. So it's easier for me to breathe that way. So I can go in, punch, step out, step around. So my heart rate is like up to a certain level, not at this level here, because of how my movement was going. So now, just trying to sustain this movement through the end of the round. Oh, did I also mention we should try to step left and step right? Step to the left, punch, punch. Step to the right. Step to the left, punch, punch. Step to the right. You're still punching. Step to the left, punch, punch. Step to the right. Step to the left, punch, punch. Step to the right. Step to the left, punch, punch. Step to the right. Step left, punch, punch. Step right. Step left. Now, that was that 30-second bell, right? So, you want to command your body to pick up the pace. So when you pick up the pace, your heart rate is going to go a little faster. When your heart rate is up, your breathing changes. Let's go. Didn't really get into that one. We'll try the next one. I'm just trying to give you an illustration. What's good is when I get to a point with these workouts, it becomes monotonous to me. So I'm like, man, I need to share it now, because I'm able to. I'm able to do things more now, and versus when I first started, from day one workout. So I'm at 105. I've advanced a lot as far as my punching ability, my cardio, knowing how to break it down, even talk to you in the middle of it. So I like that. I like the fact that I'm able to talk to you along with these workouts, right? Now, a lot of times I don't because I'm really just grinding. Just grinding in the workouts. And I'm just trying to really just beat my time. My time determines how I work if I'm going to talk. And not just say the time. Because depends on how I feel. If I'm feeling good, today I must be feeling good. Because I'm able to kind of talk now. But I like the idea that I'm able to and give you some understanding of why. I told you I'm explaining my whys. I've come up with all this stuff I'm explaining to you by trial and error. That's exactly what it's been. I haven't had a doctor tell me none of what I'm telling you. But it just makes common sense. Right? Anything that has motion, that has to be driven by something. And the human body has to be driven by what? Our hearts and our breathing. Right? You pick up that pace, what happens? Your breathing pattern changes. Your heart rate changes. All that stuff changes. And you have to breathe according to it. So, what I was just doing, I was breathing a lot easier. Now, a message is being sent to my heart that he's going faster. He's punching a little more consistent. And now the heart rate is going to keep pace with my movement. Let's say that's my heart. My heart beats like a drum. Now, I want to add in there my breathing. All right. All right. Even if you got to talk to yourself. So what's that? That's that 30-second mark. That's where you can get up. Now my heart says, what? You're going faster. Breathe. Let's go. Breathe with it. Come on. Chop, chop. So when I tell you to take deep breaths, that helps get back. That helps recover. That helps recover, y'all. That's why when I do these, I take deep breaths. Helps me recover. I got 1 minute to recover and do another round. It's a lot easier when I ain't talking. That's why I don't talk a lot through most of these workouts. All right. Breathe. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Okay? All right, so where we at? The last round, this will be round 6 for me. All right, so let's go ahead and go to it. Stop talking, man. Let's go. Now, I'm going to take this pace because I'm trying to still recover, right? Now, with this pace, of course, my heart is not pumping as fast. Doesn't have to. Because if I sustain this, my heart is just going to give me enough blood that I'm doing this. And my breathing is giving my system enough energy and oxygen to do this. Now, let's say if my breathing and my movement is off. It's not in sync. what happens? What can happen is, you ever heard of hyperventilating? Now that happens because your heart rate is pumping at a certain pace and your breathing is not matching it. So that means things are not lined up right. And when things are not lined up right, you have a tendency of almost like getting super fatigued, super tired, even lightheaded, to a point you might pass out. So if ain't nobody talk to you about your rhythmic movement, sustaining your rhythmic movement with the proper breathing pattern to match your heart output, even if you got to talk to yourself. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah. By you pushing out air by talking, you're literally breathing in sync with your movement. As long as you don't talk too far where you can't take a deep breath or a breath in. Yeah. The bell rang. I gotta pick up the pace. Let's go. Let's go. Chop, chop. Breathe right. Chop, chop. Breathe right. Ooh. 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 It's all about the breathing. Get your breathing in that. Get your breathing lined up with your movement. Breathing with the right movement and the heart pumping out a consistent way. Your body is rhythmic. Your heart beats in a rhythmic manner. When that is off, along with your breathing is off, then you find yourself you're putting like a car that needs gas. And then you get lightheaded because you ain't got the right amount of oxygen going through. So it's important, even though they don't talk about it a lot, which I will. Okay, that's Workout 105. Facebook, here I come. Follow me in real time if you want to continue this workout. Let's go, Facebook.